Hi guys, it's the Island Girl and I'm back with another reaction video for you today. And today I'm reacting to 5 things I wish I'd known about England before moving here, USA to UK. Alright, I'm getting this from Cassia Rose. The link will be in the description below. Please go over and show her some love. Alright? So come on in, wrap back, put a smile on your face and enjoy. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to do what? Subscribe if you're new here. To all my regular schmeglers, day one, to the pies, to the pools, come on in, wrap back, put a smile on your face and enjoy. Let's get talking in the comment section as to what she have to say about this video. Alright guys, so let's get into this video because I want to hear the 5 things she wished she had known before moving. Alright? Here we go now.
This is Kasia Rose, and I'm telling you guys the things I wish I knew before moving to England. Yeah, these are just some things I didn't expect coming out here, and now I know. But I wish I would have known. So if you guys are interested in hearing my experience and things I wish I would have known, then keep on watching. I think this might be the biggest thing, but the first thing I really, really wish I would have known before moving out here was how depressed I would get my first winter. And here's the thing about that is that after I realized what it was, and I think I'd posted about it, and a lot of people were saying like,
"Oh, but I love rainy days. I would love that."
And I'm like, I love rainy days too. Like most people do love rainy days. I haven't met anybody who doesn't love rainy days, but it's not that. It's way different. I did not expect to literally be stuck in darkness all winter, essentially. That was a shock to me. You know when it starts getting dark and you feel like you need to be home? Well, I had that feeling. Every day I would leave work and I would just go straight home. It didn't matter if I had to get groceries. I wouldn't get groceries. I'd go home. My first winter, I didn't go out much. I didn't hang out with anybody really. Yeah. So that's one thing I really wish I would have known. I would get so depressed where I'd literally be in bed. I'd wake up, go to work in the darkness, come home in the darkness, and then lay in bed for the rest of the day doing nothing. That's number one. The second thing I wish I would have known before moving out here is that it actually isn't that easy to understand people at first when you get here. You know, everyone's always like, oh, it's great that that is where you're going for an overseas assignment because
you'll be able to understand everybody.
No, no, that's not true. It's kind of like being in America. Sometimes I can't even understand some Americans because their accent is so thick or so strong that we're speaking the same language. We're from the same country,
That's
but
true.
I still don't understand you. So imagine going somewhere where they have completely different accents and multiple different dialects, variations of the accent. And yeah, basically, all in all, that's the second one is it is actually way more difficult to talk to people and understand people when you first get out here. So the next one I wish I would have known.
So, when it comes on to the rain, I think we just have to adjust. I really do believe that. I don't understand why people complain about rain so much. I can never seem to wrap my mind around it. There's always something to see and do. Just put yourself out there. It's just some rain. She is right when it come on to the way in which to understand people because sometimes I cannot understand persons from here in the US as well when they're talking. I have to listen keenly to what they're saying, but that's understandable. So the language barrier can be an issue in the beginning when you move somewhere. So you gotta have that in the back of your mind when you move and from one place to the next, whether it's from one country to the next, or even if you're in the US, moving from one state to the next, the way they talk or certain slangs that they use, you might not be familiar with it, but over time you will get to that. When she says she was depressed because of the winter, she goes in, she goes out, it's dark. We have that here in the US. That's maybe she has never experienced it before, and yes, it can be a little bit depressing because you have met anybody yet, or but you have to push yourself. That's one thing I realized. You have to push yourself because when I moved here, remember I'm from Jamaica. Now coming here, I'm used to heat, sun. That's what I'm used to Alaska. I'm in Alaska, people. And I came in the height of winter. Ne- uh, s- the snow was so high when I got here. I was losing my mind. I'm like, no, this can't be real. This can't be a real place. But I adapted so quick. I didn't let it get me down. I was out in the snow. Yes, it get dark. Yes, you wake up and it's dark. Yes, by time 3 o'clock it's dark. But I didn't let that hold me back. And I eventually made friends, but I pushed myself to go out. And one of the mistakes that she made was staying in. She stopped herself from going to the supermarket. So you will get down and getting out in your own little headspace, and you can get depressed that way indeed. So my advice to anybody is just go out, find something to do, and you'll get used to it over time.
Don't get offended. If you're from England, you have to understand I'm American, so you probably knew this one was coming. But the third thing I wish I would have known before moving here was how um, not as good the food is in comparison to America. Now, obviously, this is just my personal opinion. Don't roast me and try and send me back to America, okay? I have had really good food here. I have had some really good food here, but majority of the time, it's nowhere near like America. Even McDonald's, like, and it could be the McDonald's near me. Those fries are never crispy, and I don't even think they put salt on them. Like, I feel like they do a little. Like, I feel like they don't. Honestly, though, the one thing I will say is that even though their food doesn't taste as good to me, I know it's healthier. It balances out. Food doesn't taste as good, but I'm probably healthier because of it. So, yeah, there's that. The fourth.
She ain't playing when she's like, don't come for me. But to me, so here in the US, you're used to a certain kind of food. When to me, because for me, I'll say this, and a lot of people who have met me before and know me here, I'll tell you, American food is bland. It has no taste. It is not even salt and pepper is not really added. It's just the truth. You have to learn to add your own little flair to whatever you're eating in order for it to, when it touch your palate, you're like, this is good. You have to add your twist to it, because I was like, no. That's why I cook. As long as you can go in the kitchen and cook, you'll be fine. And when you move to somewhere, do your research. Go to the locals, let them point you in the different direction. You're going to have food that tastes amazing. So, like you said, it's her opinion, but that's one of the things that I would suggest anybody should do if they're traveling outside of their comfort zone or outside of the US.
Fourth thing I wish I would have known before moving to England is the way the houses are built are way different than in America. America has way more open floor plans. It's way more open in America, whereas here,
It's big.
I think someone told me that it's basically for insulation purposes, which is understandable, but it's not a very open floor plan, and the houses are built skinnier and higher rather than in America. That's one of the things I didn't really expect. On the bright side for me, I got to visit other people's houses before I chose mine. So it worked out for me. I also wish I would have known that there was no AC. I don't think I knew that before coming out here. I don't think I realized that there's no AC, there's no screens on the windows. So your way of cooling your house by opening windows and turning on fans, you're going to end up with like a bunch more spiders and things like that. Spiders here in England, oh my gosh, there's one up here now, and I hope it didn't move. Like honestly, they have real estate in my house. Like once they stake their claim in a corner, it's yours. I'm not even gonna fight you for it. All right. So the last thing I wish I would have known before moving.
Hold on. I'm sorry. It's just like the spider. Real estate. You have a corner, you rent it. He owns it. That means she ain't touching it. She's afraid of that thing. Yeah, I did found out that you guys don't have AC, but I didn't even know that. But from watching these videos, I found out like, okay, you don't have AC in your house, and you don't have screens on your window. We have screens on our windows, doors, so all bugs and everything will stay outside if you need to open up and get the fresh air and make some ventilation pass through the house. So that's an interesting one. But like I said, do your research.
Moving here to England is about the roads. I didn't know that the roads are way more narrow here, and that can get a little scary on certain roads. But basically, I wish I would have known how narrow the roads are, how hard it can be to find parking in some places, and how you'll have to park on the street, which then makes it even harder to drive on some roads. Um, and how narrow the parking spaces are. Like parking already freaks me out because the only time I've hit another car was backing out from from parking because it's kind of their fault. And their roundabouts. Now I like the roundabouts now. I did not like the roundabouts in the beginning. I was very scared. That's the scariest thing about learning to drive here, is the roundabouts because you can have two, three, 4 lane roundabouts. Yeah, so I wish I would have known how technical the roundabouts are here. It is an art, it is a craft. Like, I now feel really proud when I have someone visiting me and they're very impressed about how I maneuvered through a roundabout. I digress. um, those are the top 5 things I wish I would have known before moving to England. I would appreciate you guys giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing down below.
Oh yes, I know. It's driving. That's another one. The roundabout. That's another one. Parking space. That's another topic in itself. How narrow the roads are. Yeah, but these are some of the things that I constantly see in these videos, and I constantly hear this even before I started seeing it constantly in other videos. I've heard that you guys have some roundabout. This ain't no joke. You understand? So I was nervous as well when it comes on to roundabout. So I get where she's coming from. And now it's like 1, 2 for me, but 3, 4 lanes roundabout, then no. My 2 lane is enough. I don't think I could handle 3, 4 ones. Their parking spot is so small though. I noticed that. I'm like, yeesh, you have to be squeezing out of your vehicle when you park just to get out of it. I'm like, ouch. And then the roadways are narrow, and like you said, then their cars parked on the road. It even made it closer. But when she showed that, it reminds me of New York. That's how New York people park anyway. You have to figure out to navigate the roadway. So yeah, sorry I spoiled her name in the beginning. I didn't mean to. Like she said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section on this one. Don't forget to give this one a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. It's the Island Girl, and I'm running out of here. Be good, be kind, be safe, love each other, and a happy new year to one and all. Much love, and thank you all for the support that you have been given and continue to give your girl. All right, your girl is running out of here. Love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in another one. Bye.